Wow. Okay. So your underlying energy is the hangman. I thought it was reversed, but the hangman is your underlying energy, Libras. Underneath that, you have death. Wow. So wow. So you released in something, but now you got to surrender to to a certain perspective. Because the hangman talks about being stuck in limbo, no movement, stagnancy. So nothing's moving. Nothing has moved. There's nothing. There's something that's like on standstill. But this piece, this little standoff right now. Oh goodness, Lord! The tower is like it's almost like the situation's gonna pop, right? Or the situation has popped, right? So the tower comes up in the heart of your reading to indicate that there's a serious change. The challenge is there's something that's changing, a radical change, or maybe a change that you didn't really expect to happen. And this is a test of yourself, of your skill, of your ability to tackle it. It's not. I guess I'm not really feeling that explanation for the magician. That's not really what it means, because the magician's about preparation, knowing, having all the skills in this, the tools that you have that you need to handle a situation. So the heart of the reading is like the focus is of a certain change, but the thing that's keeping you from this radical craziness is the magician. It's confidence. The tower is so weird here because I really feel like this is talking about a situation just like, even though it's stagnant, it's gonna pop. Or the fact is, of the matter is that something already happened and now it's like radio silence. Because the tower, it talks about, like I said, radical change, things that you didn't expect, something happening to the point where it destroyed a foundation. That's how bad it is, or how crazy it is. Because it's not bad. Because sometimes we need that change. Because sometimes we be in a really bad spot. Something's not in a stable area, and we just need to start from scratch. And the tower allows us to start from scratch if we need to. But I feel like with the tower and the harder reading, it's like it's saying that the challenge is starting. I think really it's something's on the verge of popping, but we have to be, Libra, you have to be the person to pop the bubble, because the magician is the person that's in control here. This is the person that is this is the person that's, has all the tools, has everything that he needs, all of that. He's in control, right? In a way, right? But the thing is that having the confidence either to overcome that challenge or overcome that, not overcome it, but it's just kind of to deal with the aftermath of the tower, or to be the person to start the tower at all. Now, in the past, you had the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is talking about focusing on work, focusing on, focusing on what you're building, adamant, hardworking, diligent, unwavering focus, And I feel like that's what you guys have been really busting your behinds doing, really working hard at building whatever you want to build, or creating a relationship of great stature, great stability. But now you have the Ten of Cups in their presence. So this talks about either you're in a good place with people, you're around people that really support you and you support them, you're feeling the vibes of people, and it's really good. Or that this is talking about completion of an emotional cycle. Something came to a head. Now with the Ace of Swords, it can kind of get a little, I don't know, it can get a little interesting with this Ace of Swords here, because it can talk about a new truth, a new perspective, new way of communicating or thinking. And the Magician can indicate communication, and that may be it. The conversation, the way a conversation may go, may blow some stuff up, or you may feel like you need to kind of make a decision, or not necessarily make a decision, but honestly kind of go with this new perspective here, because the Hangman is not going to let you go until you realize what the hell is going on, what they're trying to make you see, because the Hangman stops you to help you see something important that's going to help you in your growth. It's going to help you in this period in time where you're trying to manifest something to happen. And I feel like with this Ace of Swords here, there's some sort of truth, some sort of hidden truth about your happily happily ever after. Gee whiz. Um, like something becomes more clear about what it is about what makes you happy, about what your happiness looks like. You know, what that dream success looks like. There's a little bit more understanding of what that is and a lot more clarity. And I feel like that is when you start to become, that's when that's when the magician comes in, because you're still at that 10 of cups energy. So you haven't started new yet. You haven't started new. There's a new beginning there with the Ace of Swords, right? New perspective, all that. But you have to see that. You're still at the 10 of Cups. So what the Hangman is saying is that, yeah, you're kind of stuck at the 10 of Cups here, right? The bliss, the happiness, the emotional, completion. And I think it's like the worry of what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next? Because the 9 of Swords is in your future. There is no, I don't like that. Because instead of seeing this 10 of Cups as how can we move on? What's the next adventure for us? We're seeing the 9 of Swords like, oh shit, there's more to do. Or there's something we gotta look out for. There's that fear, that worry, the stress. And that's when we kind of contradict that magician energy. With the magician is confidence in one's ability to execute certain things based off their skill set, knowing that they have everything that they need to be able to execute what they want, to manifest what they want. We are in doubt of it ever happening. We're in doubt of anything that we want to go our way with that 9 of Swords. When the 9 of Swords comes up, it is doubt, it is fear, it is worry, it is anxiety. So I do feel like, guys, with that 9 of Swords there, we are freaking out because we don't necessarily have the confidence to make a certain change that was put us down to that would knock us back down to base 1 and overcome it. But you have the Knight of Wands as your goal, aim, ambition. Now I feel like you guys want to have more fun. You guys want to enjoy yourself a little bit more. You guys want to do things that you can definitely feel motivated to do. Some of you guys, this could indicate this is a Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. Doesn't have to be, but I feel like you guys want to have a little bit more of you want to enjoy your life. Because right now, you're at an emotional peak of something, and it's not really, like, you've been working, and I feel like you're at that emotional peak where you're like, okay, I can't really keep going the way I've been going. That's what the Hangman says. I can't keep going the way I'm going. I have to see something from a different point of view. What does my happiness look like? And there may need to be some sort of shift or change to it, but you're worried about how it's going to turn out later on because you can't see farther than where you are now. And I feel like the focus is inappropriate. Not in a appropriate place. In an appropriate place. Oh gosh, I'm trying to speak, y'all, but I'm just tripping all over the place. But I don't think the focus is in the right area because right now you should be focusing on the moment. Like the Knight of Wands is the advice is being in the moment, going moment to moment. Feeling yourself, knowing what you want, knowing what you're going for, reacting to how you feel, letting your emotions influence your actions, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way, like if you feel like punching somebody, do it. I don't think you should do that, but more of like go with the feeling of of what you're passionate about. Go with your passions, not with okay, how does that look though? Wait, don't be so focused on the future here. Don't worry about the turnout, because you can make the turnout any way you want. You perpetuate the future being something like undesirable because you're stressing about it. So the important aspect about this, guys, isn't the future. It's about what you're doing now. Because in the moment here, you were focusing in the moment. You were doing everything that you could do with what you had. And now you're at a good place, perhaps, but you better to start something different. You better start something new, and you have to just kind of take it one step at a time, and not worry about the other stuff that could come about, that you don't really actually know could come about. It could just be fears that just are perpetuated because you're unable to see what it will really look like because it's not actually here yet, right? If you notice, right, he's holding his face. He can't see anything. And even in the direction, if he looked up, we can't see that. So there's no point in assuming what he's looking at if he did lift his eyes. But we can trust that he knows what he's seeing. Is that he's in a place presently. He's in the bedroom. He's sitting up. He's not sleeping very well. The future is what's stressing y'all out. And it's like, what the focus should be on the moment, what you're doing with it. Now, your outcome is the Four of Cups. Seen that a lot. And the Four of Cups here, to me, it's very interesting when it comes up to in this position, because the outcome kind of gives you this feeling that you feel kind of stuck, and it kind of ties in with that Nine of Swords in your future. Like, you're not only stressed, but you're also stuck because you're not sure of what, of how to move forward, how to, leave this feeling of the Ten of Cups, or how to, get something new, get something fresh and new. Because you're already familiar with how things go. You're focusing on, what you know. You're focusing on what you're familiar with.'re focusing on what you already have experience in. But it's like, you can't, moving forward with what you've been, what you already been through, what you already got, gone through. You're going to perpetuate the problem. You're going to continue to have the same old, same old. You have to shift your focus and be open. And how you do that is by letting this be, letting this Three of Cups be, right? Just like, okay, this is, I've done this already. I've been there, done that. I can't change the past, but I can't assume that every time I go out here and be in a relationship, I can't assume every time I go out and get a job, it's going to act like the way it has been, right? I have to just, what do I want to feel? That's what you shift your focus to. You don't focus on the things that you've already felt. You focus on, what do you want to feel? And then you open your heart to that. You're like, okay, let me figure out what I can do to feel that way. Not by looking at the cups you're used to, but by following that path that your heart is leading you toward. You'll see that Ace of Cups. You'll see that new opportunity right there. But you gotta find what you want first. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel what you want to feel first. Oh, wow. Let your emotions flow. Yeah. What I'm saying? Know what you want to feel. But then don't stop it up here with that Ten of Cups. Because you only get stuck if you don't move. If you don't allow yourself to flow. The ending is here right now. Whether it's good, whether it feels good, whether it's unpleasant, whatever. Allow yourself to just, exfoliate all of that emotion. Feel it, embrace it, take it all in, then spit it back out. Right? Because, let's think about it. If you're brushing your teeth, you don't swallow the water that you're about to rinse your mouth with. You spit it out. You let it in, you spit it out. You let it in, you spit it out. That's literally emotions. So every time you think about emotions, y'all, you think about brushing your teeth and putting water in your mouth. You don't swallow that emotion. That's disgusting. One, right? But at the same time, it's like, think about that. You just ingested the shit that you were just trying to, rinse out and get out of your mouth. Think about that. Every time you hold in an emotion, every time you bottle that mess up, you are literally swallowing the water you need to be spitting out. Take it in your mouth, spit it out. Because it's, that's the flow. You're not abrupting your flow, and you're not messing yourself up. You're allowing things to be, to just, go through you, but you're not letting your emotions become you either. Oh, wow. Right? And I feel like, too, when I say this, why would you say that? Well, the reason why I'm saying it is because the Ten of Cups is the ending of a cycle, regardless of whether it's happy or not. And if you've experienced some things that you don't like to experience, which is why you may have the Four of Cups here in your outcome. The reason why you have the Four of Cups here in your outcome is because you don't want to feel the things that you felt already. You already know what that feels like. You don't really want to. You don't know if it's worth even going into doing, because you don't really want to. You've been there already. You don't really feel like it's going to have anything to really offer you. You don't know if you really want to do that. You don't have to feel that way again. And it's like, you have to release this 10. You gotta release this. You gotta release whatever you're leaving behind here. Just, take the facts, take the information, take the lesson out of whatever the circumstance was. But then take the transition, take this knowledge, this Ace of Swords, this perspective, and use it use it as your as a way to help you with this new beginning that's ahead, not as a way to kind of hold on to the past, to hold on to these emotions. That's why I'm saying let it flow. And actually, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to read you the affirmation for that too, because I like what it says. Actually, I really like what it says for let your emotions flow, and I feel like it explains it better than I do sometimes. So it says, emotions flow like water, which can be joyous like a babbling brook, as deep and strong as a river. Give yourself permission to feel and experience them without judgment or blame. Do not try to deny them, for that can only lead to harm and disease. Haha, it says dis-ease, and that's a disease. Okay, but it says dis-ease. And that's true. This is what this is. 10 of Swords. Ten of Cups. 4 of Cups. Don't bottle that mess in. You're at the end. Let it go. You know? You're at the end. You're ready to start something new. It just, take in that perspective, but let it go. Don't hold that shit in. Don't dam them within you. Which, D-A-M. Okay? Dam, like a beaver dam. Release them. Let them flow and go. Allow yourself to feel them. Learn from them as you learn from them. Ace of Swords, the Hangman, because this is the new perspective, and this is saying, hey, we're stopping you right now so you can embrace a new perspective that can help you from moving forward. As you embrace them for what they are, a natural response to the moment that you exist in that will pass as the moment passes. Yeah, man. Love it. I love it. It's your emotions, don't let your emotions become you. Don't let your emotions take over you. Just like how we can get a little out of hand with our mind sometimes. Don't let that shit keep you from from moving on. Don't let that keep you from going to the next level. And don't let the past of that or that experience, keep you from advancing to other heights, other adventures, other opportunities. Because you may not get that outcome again, right? And in every opportunity, every new beginning has a possibility of starting something new. And the reason why I'm talking about this so positively, I'm asking you to be very positive at this moment, is because you have happy here. Now, I know happy kind of gives that look like, okay, you want me to be happy when it's not? No. But what I am saying is, though, it's like in order for you to have good things, you have to approach it with a positive mindset and a positive mindset, right? You have to believe that this is a new start. This is, I can make anything happen. The Magician. I've got everything I need. I can make this dream happen for me. And I can do it. It could be exactly what I wanted. Everything I wanted. But you have to believe that first. And if you're having problems with believing that, you have to figure out why you do not believe in yourself to make your dreams possible. You know you're diligent. You know you work hard. You know that you're invested when you're invested. So you definitely got no problems there. But why don't you believe that investment can turn out to be something great? So it's all about truly believing that, hey, this is a brand new start. I'm a new me. I'm good. And this is the Knight of Wands. That's being new. This is a new you that you're about to see. This is a new adventure and getting to know yourself. And not just the other person, but yourself. And it's amazing. Right? It's cool. You get to be the new you. You get to explore the new you. Be the new you underneath that skin. Right? You be like fresh and ready to go. There's truly nothing to worry about here because whatever comes your way, you can handle it. The Magician, you got everything you need. You got everything you need. Just that's why it's good to go into it knowing that you can, no matter what happens, you can handle it, and whatever you were trying to manifest, you can have it. And it's actually not just you can have it; it's yours right now. But it's up to you to take that, not decide whether it's yours or not. Okay, be careful. Be careful of that.